learned addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of integers. Now today we will learn properties of integers over addition and multiplication. I am pretty sure these properties are not new for you. You have learned these properties over whole numbers. Now you will learn these properties over integers and we will discuss these properties one by one. First one is closure properties. Integers are closed under addition and multiplication. It means sum and product of two integers is also an integer. For example, if you add -3 and 2, that answer will be -1, and -1 is also an integer. Similarly, when you multiply -3 by 4, result is -12, and -12 is also an integer. Next one is commutative properties. Integers are commutative under addition and multiplication. It means sum and product of two integers remains unchanged if they interchange their places. It means you can add or multiply two integers in any order. If you add -3 and 4, or you add 4 and -3, result will be same, that is 1. Similarly, either you multiply -3 by 4 or 4 by -3, result will be same, that is -12. Now next one is associative properties. For any 3 or more integers, it doesn't matter which two are added first and their sum is added to the third integer. For example, if there are 3 friends, first time you are associated with one friend, another time you are associated with other friend. Similarly, if you have 3 integers, -2, 5 and 4, first you add -2 and 5 and then add 4, or you add 5 and 4 first, then add -2 to it, the result will be same. Similarly, in case of product, either you multiply first and second and then multiply third, or you multiply second and third, then multiply by first, result is same. First, start with distributive property. For any 3 integers, the product of first integer and the sum of other two is equal to the sum of the product of first and second and the product of first and third. Symbolically, it is represented by A into B plus C is equal to A into B plus A into C. It means A is distributed by B and C. For example, you have 3 integers like 9, -3 and 6. If you solve left hand side by applying Bode-Mass rule, you have to add -3 and 6 and then when multiplied by 9. But in right hand side, by applying Bode-Mass rule, you have to multiply 9 by 3 and then 9 by 6 and then add both of these. It doesn't affect the result. You can solve it in both ways. Either you solve left hand side or you solve right hand side. It doesn't change your answer. The side which is easy to solve, you can solve that side as per your convenience. Now, next one is additive identity. Additive identity is that number which doesn't change the identity of number, means doesn't change the existence of number when added to that number, and that number is 0, because when 0 is added to any integer, it doesn't change the existence or identity of that integer. That's why it is called additive identity. Now same as in multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity is that integer which doesn't change the identity or existence of the number which when multiplied by that number, and that number will be 1, because when 1 is multiplied by any integer, result is integer itself. That's why we call 1 as multiplicative identity. In this module, we will learn how to apply distributive property in solving questions. If we directly multiply 738 by 102, it will take time. Now question is how to apply distributive property in solving this question. Yes, we break one of these number. Generally, we prefer to break that number which is nearer to 100. So, it is easier to break 102 as 100 plus 2. And now, 738 is multiplied with 100 as well as 2. By board mass rule, first we multiply and then add. Similarly, in second question, we will break 98 as 100 minus 2 because 98 is nearer to 100. In this question, if you solve it by board mass rule, you have to multiply 297 by 17 and then 297 by 3 and then add both of them. But we know that according to distributive law, A into B plus C is equal to A into B plus A into C. Either you multiply first number by addition of second and third, or you multiply first and second and first by third. It doesn't change the answer. In given question, 297 is distributed over 17 and 3. So we take 297 as common. By board mass rule, first we will solve the bracket, add 17 and 3 and then multiply by 297. So this distributive property make our question simple. Now get ready with your pen and notebook and check yourself. In this module, we will learn how to apply these properties in solving our questions. Multiplication over an integers is associative. As you know, you can multiply numbers in any order. So, try to make association of those numbers whose product generally comes in form of 10, 20, 30, 100, 200, so on. In this question, we have made grouping of minus 6 and minus 50. When you multiply minus 6 by minus 50, result is 300. Both integers are of same sign, so in their product, sign will be positive. Now multiply 300 by minus 13 gives minus 3900. Here, one integer is negative, so in their product sign will be negative. Similarly, in second question, we have made grouping of minus 2 and minus 50. So, this grouping makes our question very simple. Yes, if we solve this given question by BODMAS rule, you have to multiply -9 by 42 and -9 by 8, then add both of these. It will take time. So, we can solve it by distributive property. As you know, in distributive property, A into B plus A into C is equal to A into B plus C. It means here A is common. Now, in given question, -9 is common. So, you can take -9 as common. So, by BODMAS rule first, you have to solve the bracket. And the sum of 42 and 8 is 50. And now multiply -9 by 50. The result will be -450. Similarly, in second question, here which number is common? Yes, 18 is common. So we can take 18 as common. Now, how can we apply distributive property in this question? Break one of these number. Prefer to break that number which is nearer to 100. So in given question, we will break 104 as 100 plus 4 because it is nearer to 100. That is 104 is distributed between 100 and 4. Now solve by apply BODMAS rule. First multiply -17 by 100. The product will be -1700. As you know, in multiplication, if one is of minus sign and other is of plus sign, and in product the sign will be minus. Now similarly multiply -17 by 4, it will be -68. And when you add -1700 and -68, both are of like sign, so we will add these two numbers and it will be -1768. Both are of minus sign, so the sign will be of greater number, so the sign will be of minus.